Alright, so once your design is all traced on, next we need to put it into your hoop. And the hoop just makes it so it gets nice and tight and easier to sew up. Now there's two different sizes, like I said. If you don't have one of the big ones, which is what I have here, you can use one of the small ones. I've got plenty of those too. And if for some reason it doesn't fit your design, it is okay. You can start in one section of it and then move around as you need to. You can hoop it back in and out of this all the time. And they tend to do that, especially like for like quilts and those kind of things. And so they use this all kinds of different places. Anyway, so the first thing you need to do is loosen up your screw. So I like to hold the little nut at the end of it and just loosen it out. And then you just take this, pull out the middle section, and we're going to take the middle piece. You're going to put that down first. Then you're going to take your design and you want to center it as best you can. I mean, like I said, you can work in pieces if you need to, but you're going to center it over the top of it. So I just kind of eyeball it and just kind of make sure that everything's going to be on the inside of here. Keep it nice and tight on top, and then you're going to take your outer layer and put it back over the top of it, and this is where you're going to then tighten it up. Now, it's not completely tight as of yet. I mean, it looks pretty tight, but that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to tighten back up the screw, making sure that we hold on to the end of it. And like you saw, you never take this all the way out. You just loosen it and tighten it, and that's all it is for. And then, to make sure that this is all nice and tight, you're going to tug on it at the tops, and then the bottom, and the sides, just to ensure that everything is all nice and tight. So all I'm doing is just pulling on the edges of it, making sure it's tight, and then might come in and just make sure that all my lines are pretty even, which it looks like I got a couple lines that are a little bit off, so I'm going to pull this way slightly and then might pull this way, just to make sure all my lines are nice and straight. Looks like I got a little bit of excess down here. And that now makes it so that way it's all nice and taut, okay? That's what we call taut. Taut is when it's tight. Now, the reason why you need to have it so tight is because that's what makes it easier to put your needle through the fabric, okay? Now, as for your design, it's exactly what it is on your piece of paper. So you've got it all labeled here. And so down here it shows that all of your number 1 stitches are going to be running stitches. So you're going to start with all your number 1s, and you're going to create a running stitch for each one. Now, what color you use is totally up to you. You get to decide which ones you want to do. But for all those who don't remember what a running stitch is, that's the one where it goes up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down, and it just snakes up this whole thing, okay? Now, don't forget that when you're using your embroidery floss, you need to make sure that you you're not going to double thread, but you need to split your thread. So you've got 3 strands and 3 strands, so it's not so thick, okay? And so I would start off today with just all of your running stitches, and then after that, if you've got time, then you can start working on your back stitches. Now, the back stitches are the ones where it goes backwards. Now, in our sheet that we had it kind of all spaced out. You want to make sure that your back stitches are the same size as your running stitches. So these little guys right here are kind of your guide to help you figure out which size you need for the rest of these. So I'm going to go get my thing all threaded up, and I'm going to demonstrate how to do a running stitch.